anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Winston.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Jameis to throw it.
That's caught by Marquez Callaway.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Tavon Young.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Extra pace that he had on the pass. That required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Demario Davis there on the stop.
2nd and 8. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
Able to avoid him at the 40.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Two 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson going deep here for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 59 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
Yeah, I know he was cooked on that one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens 7, Saints nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Callaway, the return man.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. It's a room to maneuver. And now off to the races. Down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara, Charles, a guy from your alma mater there in Knoxville, and he has developed into a perennial Pro Bowler on the strength of big plays like we just saw there.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to bring big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
From midfield now, here's Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Saints 7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the red zone now, Winston. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas there to make the grab. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. What's good on the extra point? And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Duvernay now going to bring it out.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. To throw again is Jackson, buying time to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Following the interception, Winston.
That's to Thomas, who makes a nice catch.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15.
That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Jackson's throw taken in by Watkins here.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
First down and more for Jackson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
Touchdown!
J.K. Dobbins.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson from the shotgun.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 23.
So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jameis now on 1st down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And that's incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, it's Winston.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
54 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise